Two bargain-spotting friends are going to be competing with each other for the title of Queen of Collectibles.
Snakeskin, for goodness sake.
They are fabulous.
But can they turn their Italian purchases into a princely profit?
It's bronze, it's lovely. I think it's stunning.
A bit out of our reach.
And when the cash is counted up, we'll be celebrating a right royal victory. Welcome to Italy's antiques mecca. This is the Tuscan city of Arezzo, which is home to the oldest and most prestigious of all of Italy's antiques markets. Since 1968, traders from all over the country have been making the pilgrimage here every month to sell their wares. It means that over the weekend of the market, some of the finest antiques in Italy are bought and sold right here. So hopefully today our contestants won't have too much difficulty in finding real quality goods. But the difficulty is going to be seeking out the bargains. Arezzo is in the North Italian region of Tuscany, and its cultural menu offers more than just antiques. For starters, this city was home to architect Giorgio Vasari. He wrote the first book on art history, and he created some of Arezzo's grandest 16th century buildings. Then there's the twice-yearly medieval festival, which celebrates the city's historic past and culminates in a fierce jousting competition. And of course, this is Italy, so let's not forget the food. The specialities here are pecorino sheep's cheese and wild boar salami. You can spend days wandering the streets of Arezzo, discovering narrow little alleyways that suddenly open up into spectacular piazzas. This is the main square in the city, and it's the ideal place to sit and sip a cappuccino, watch the world go by, and just drink in the beauty and the relaxed atmosphere of the place. But of course, we're not here for refreshments. We're here to buy antiques, and we have two very keen bargain spotters waiting in the wings, ready to go. So why don't we go meet them? Today's contestants are two NHS district nurses from Manchester. Janet has worked as a district nurse for 25 years and is now a sister. She has one daughter and enjoys life to the full.
I've collected a few antique men in my time. And I used to collect the little Lilliput Lane houses. I had loads and loads of those, and they're all in my loft now, which is such a shame because you run out of places to sort of display everything. I love all the sparkly things, so it's really nice to get dressed up at night and go out with all the sparkly bits on, especially with Sandra, who is a sparkly queen. So it's really nice, all glitzy.
Steering her towards some Italian treasures is our regular expert, Jonty Herndon. Trained in one of London's top auction houses and now running a successful antique shop in Oxfordshire, he's in the know when it comes to bargain spotting. Janet's competitor is her longtime friend and work colleague Sandra. Now, Sandra's married with 3 children and admits to being a lifelong shopaholic.
Well, when I tour the markets, I look for things that I really love and that I feel have got lots of character. I got the most beautiful brooch, and after that I was hooked. And I must have a collection now of between 60 and 70 brooches.
Keeping Sandra's shopaholic tendencies in check today is our regular expert and top haggler, Mark Franks. He's on hand to sort the gems from the junk and give Sandra the edge against her competitor. So now we've met the teams, let's get on with the game. Good morning, bargain spotters.
Good morning, Angela.
Are you all ready to start spending money?
Yes, we are.
You sound like the terrible twins, you two. But we're going to separate you because you're in competition as from now.
Right.
Janet, I know you like teddy bears and anything that glitters.
I do. I love lots of sparkle. Yeah.
So do you think you're going to be finding that today? Is that going to be high on your shopping list?
I've seen one thing that sparkles. Maybe.
Well, you've had a look already, John. It's you, yes. Yeah, John, she sparkles all the time. But what about sparkly things in the market?
I'm not sure about sparkly things, but we are literally in the Italian equivalent of Portobello Road. So if we don't find anything, then, you know, we might as well go home right now.
Well, you're obviously set for a great day. How about this side now, Sandra? You like jewellery particularly, don't you? Well, you're in the right place for it.
Yeah, I do. I do. A little bit of bling.
A bit of bling.
Yeah, because we're a pair of sparkling girls.
Absolutely. You're going to have your hands full today, Mark, aren't
I'm
you?
feeling worn out already. But just one word of warning, I've had a look round and there's a lot of reproduction stuff there, so be really, really careful. You have to look twice at everything.
Right.
Look twice at everything, not just look twice at everything, but when you look, ask yourself, I may like this, I may love this, but remember you've got to sell it on when you get back to the UK. So keep two words in your mind. Is it collectible or is it rejectable? You've got your experts on hand to give you advice, but the final decision on what you buy is yours. So here's your money, £350 worth of euros and the books, guys. Remember, you've got to keep a record of everything you buy. So if you're all set, belt up and let's get buying.
This is what you need.
Right, bit of an antique that, isn't it?
Yes.
Don't like that.
The teams have got just one day to spend their £350, so they're going to have to get a move on.
Don't spend.
But I don't like the fact it's got a
It's a wobbly
bottom.
bottom. Like me.
Can you imagine that sitting in a massive, great big fireplace?
Oh, fabulous.
A new belt for belly dancing.
Yeah, I like that.
Which way should we go? North, south, east or west?
We'll go south.
That is nice, isn't it?
Well, before we get too heavily involved in the serious business of buying, let me just remind you of how this works. I've given each of our contestants £350 worth of euros. Now, they have to spend all of it, and they must buy at least 10 items. And whatever they buy at this market here in Italy, they then have to sell at a market in the United Kingdom. And whoever makes the biggest profit, they're the winner. Keen competitors Janet and Jonty are already looking for divine inspiration.
Lots of religious
Have you noticed how much religious
Yeah.
artefacts are around? And
I sort of feel guilty about taking something from the church.
Really? You've got all the colours under the sun there. You've
Yeah.
got this from this lovely strong gilding on the back to the faded gilding on the front,
Yeah.
which all makes sense.
Yeah.
The front will be exposed, whereas the back
That
is
wouldn't be.
protected.
Yeah.
So over 200 years, you've got this fantastic definition. It's my experience that a lot of anything to do with religious artifacts at home really don't have much saleable sort of content at all. And in fact, my sort of hint or strong recommendation is to don't buy it at all.
Mark's definition of quality is this rustic table.
Come and have a look at this table. It's fantastic.
But will Sandra agree?
Fantastic. It's horrible.
What?
It's horrible.
One minute. You're all right. Can you see properly? It's lovely. Look at these drawers. Fantastic drawers. Really heavy. Big, huge dovetails down the end there. And watch this. This is the best part of it, right? It's got this top on it like that. And you see that it's a pivot point now. And the whole thing spins around. Look at that. This is actually for making bread on.
Right.
Breadboard ends, which means the timber goes that way instead of that way, which then gives you a nice firm end.
Yeah. So when you're rolling flour out and everything, it's not going to bevel the wood.
It gives a nice finish to the end. Let's put that back across again.
While Mark preaches his antique gospel, Jonty has some words for the wise.
And all of that would probably be carved out of one piece of wood. You may have the extremities, maybe the head, maybe a few hands that are carved separately.
Yeah.
The dealer is asking £500. It's worth every penny of £500.
Right,
But
here.
Here,
Yeah.
but at home
wouldn't.
it will not relate. So I'm afraid she's a rejectable.
So not a great start for Janet and Jonty. But have Sandra and Mark got the measure of their table?
I'm lucky enough to have my trusty tape measure at hand. This part here is called the frieze. Now, from the frieze to the ground, it's a bit short. It's an inch short. These are typical Victorian legs, but at the bottom is out of proportion. That should have at least another inch on it, or may have originally had casters. Now, a normal chair is 18 inches. You've got to make sure that when you or your boyfriend or your husband or your mate or your whatever get underneath, their legs aren't hitting the top of the frieze. And on this one, they would.
Right.
So even though I love it, I'm afraid
It's rejectable.
you said them words. Come on in.
If you fancy making the pilgrimage to this antique lover's haven, then your best option is to fly direct from the UK to Florence. From there, you can hire a car for the 60-mile journey to Arezzo. Or why not take the train, which runs every half hour and costs just £3.50. Well, this is the moment where I get to have a bit of fun browsing around the 500 or so stalls that are here at Arezzo, because I'm trying to find a bonus item. Now, that's the item that the teams have an opportunity of winning off me a little later in the programme. And of course, whoever gets my question correct, they get to sell that item on their stall back in the UK. Everywhere you look, it's an absolute feast for the eyes, but my eye's been particularly caught by this goblet. Red Venetian glass, work in the middle by a named Murano glass artist. Everything about this screams classic Italian glass. But more than that, what this goblet represents for whoever wins it off me is pure profit. Well, our teams have yet to make a purchase, and they're certainly going all guns blazing. Sandra and Mark have spotted a piece of porcelain, but will it play their tune?
Right, this is what we call a piano baby. And these were produced, and this is bisque porcelain. If you feel it,
Yeah.
it's unglazed.
Yeah.
Now you imagine, picture the scene, right? You've got a big house, which you probably have, and there's a big grand piano.
Yeah.
And it's all black lacquered, yeah? And on top is sitting this baby.
Across the market, Janet and Jonty have their own delusions of grandeur.
Bit of bling.
Sparkly.
Bit of bling. So what have we got here? We've got a 6-branch chandelier. Can you imagine if that
would be-
was the
Oh,
only
I'd
light in the
love it.
room, the only
I'd
light
love it.
source, just how incredible that would have been. And the whole idea of these droplets was to diffuse the light around the room. Run your finger across these. Can you feel how smooth they are?
Yeah.
Now that tells me that it's pressed glass rather than cut glass. If it'd been cut glass, the angles would feel a lot sharper. Now pressed glass is glass from a mould, so they've applied these in a mould. You have to imagine that chandeliers like this, something like this is probably made in the 1930s. You can kind of tell that by the sort of the pink hues here. That was very, very popular in the 1930s.
I just love it.
It's about £150 at the moment, honestly. So there's a profit in that. I mean, the right day, that's worth £175, £200 in the UK.
I would estimate, just by looking at it and the colour of it, that it's probably about 80 or 100 years old. Probably about turn of the century. But I think there might be a little hairline crack there.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, is that
really-
a trick to hold it up to the light?
Yeah, because you can see the reflection and the black, there'll be a black line inside as the
That's
crack.
a good tip then, isn't it?
€65, roughly £40.
How much would we get for it in the UK?
If it's perfect, that's about its value, 40 to
Right,
60 quid in
right.
the UK. But with a tiny hairline crack, collectible, rejectable,
Rejectable.
I'm with you.
Height of the
Whilst
ceiling.
Sandra's money belt
That's
stays
ceiling
firmly shut, rival Janet wants to splash some cash.
It's big money, all right? So at the moment, we're looking at about £140. Is it possible for €180 to buy this for €180? She's very poor, you see.
I've
at
no
home.
money.
Yeah.
It's the end of the day.
Yeah.
Okay,
Excellent. What a profit we're going to make by that.
Yeah.
Excellent.
that'll great on the stall.
Janet and Jonty's first buy is certainly spectacular, and at £122, the chandelier should shine brightly at the UK market. Sandra and Mark have spent nothing so far, giving Janet and Jonty the lead in today's race. But it could be a case of the hare versus the tortoise.
Mark saw this and thought of you.
Never mind, Mark. Arezzo's market offers plenty of variety, and there's plenty to suit all budgets. For debonair dealer Jonty, it's a buyer's paradise. You can wander around. And that's what I think of as being typically continental. Not a word we use much these days. Now we're all Europeans, is it?
Well, you're absolutely right to describe it as continental, but this is Italian. This is a lovely chest of drawers, but they call them commodes. And it's of typical Italian form. If you ever think about an English chest of drawers, for instance, you always have those 2 short drawers at the top.
In the top, yes.
That's right. But here you've got this lovely bank of 3 drawers. You've got this, I suppose, faux marble top. And when I say faux, it's trying to replicate marble, and they've done that very effectively. But have a look at the sides, and have a look at the front. Wherever you look, you've got this extraordinary decoration that goes on here. This chest is dated around 1750, 1780. Now, Robert Adam, the Scottish architect at home, who inspired many a classical revival building back in the UK, perfected this kind of art form. And he was completely inspired by this neck of the woods.
I tell you what, wily old Italians, they could get away with using a pretty rotten wood for this. They didn't have to use the best wood, because once you've painted it, you've covered it all up.
You're absolutely right. And it's all show. It's all veneer. Just, you know, it's Italian for you, for goodness sake. It's Italian.
And it's how much?
This is a cool £10,000 if you want to take it home. But it's all that original paintwork. That's what you're buying.
Beautiful piece. While Jonty gets back to the business of buying, I'm off to find out about the man who created Arezzo's fine reputation for antiques. When you see how prosperous and vibrant Arezzo is now, it's very hard to believe that in the 1960s, the historic centre of the city was facing decline. The economy was on the move to the outskirts, and so was the population. But the man who came to the rescue of the city was a passionate antiques collector called Ivan Bruschi. Now, he'd visited the Portobello market in London in 1967, and he was so impressed by what he'd seen that within a year of coming home, he'd started Arezzo's very own monthly market. And the city has never looked back. Today, there are almost 100 antique shops in Arezzo, and the fair attracts visitors from around the world. The ambitious and hard-working Bruschi was driven by his passion for antiques, which he loved to share with others. Over the course of his 76-year life, he collected a vast array of antiques, and when he died in 1996, his private collection was open to the public. Walking through the 24 rooms of this museum is a little bit like being a kid let loose in a sweet shop, because everywhere you look, there's something that catches your eye. The whole collection is a reflection of Italy's civilized history, from Etruscan artifacts of 2,500 years ago right up to 20th century collectibles. And it's that breadth that makes this collection unparalleled anywhere in Italy, indeed, if not in the world. There's glass, porcelain, textiles, books, pictures, furniture, household goods, things from all over the world. You name it, Bruschi bought it. I don't think I've ever seen such an extraordinary collection under one roof in my life. The most valuable item on display here is this ceramic bust, known as the Redeemer. Sculptures which show Christ in this solemn pose are very rare, and this particular piece, which dates from around 1490, is worth almost £500,000. The charming thing about Bruschi is that he bought things because he liked them, or because he had a good feeling about them. And really, he didn't care if they cost him just a few pounds or several thousand. This metal cross is a classic example of that. It was dug out of a riverbed near the border between Germany and France. And of course, when it was discovered, it was absolutely filthy and encrusted with muck, and he just bought it for the equivalent of scrap metal for around a tenner. But once it was cleaned up and the experts had a really good look at it, they realised that it probably dates from around 900 to 1000 AD. And that means it's now worth around £20,000. Now, if that doesn't inspire our bargain spotters, nothing will. Back at the market, Sandra and Mark definitely need some inspiration. They haven't bought a single item, and they're struggling to find things at the right price.
Good point. This guy's got some bits of old stock. Simple reason being, he's got 920, which would be lira, and 40, which is euros. So that means that he's had this for over 3 years, because that's when Italy went into the euro. Yeah, I must admit, I quite like this little set of egg cups. Really, really cute. On the original tray, no damage. 35 euros, bit overpriced, 20 quid.
One thing I do like, I've been hiding under my skirt, is this.
Murano glass, and that's been hand blown.
The only thing is, I'm not sure whether it's been broken on its tail because it feels rough.
That's where it's blown. It's been hand blown.
Right.
They sort of blow the air into it and it turns into a big bubble, and they break it off, and that's what you've got. 50 euros, 35 quid.
Quite good.
About what it's worth. We're talking about Murano glass, you've got this lovely clown, and that's 40 euros, which is about £28. It's got to be a small profit in that, but I'd like to get a bit more of a discount.
For once, Mark's not clowning around. He and Sandra are under pressure to spend, but it's a different picture for Janet and Jonty.
I thought I'd find you here.
Handbags.
What have you
Handbags.
found? What have you found?
Look at this. Dame Edna. Look at those.
Wow.
They are fabulous.
Snake skin, for goodness sake.
I think these would sell
Well, they would sell
because
for the right price.
they would sell to Sandra.
We can make a profit.
They would sell to Sandra.
Janet's thinking tactics and Jonty has a useful strategy.
Labels, labels, labels.
Labels.
All right, those classic Italian labels. So we want Gucci, please. I want Prada.
Right, so I
I
don't
want
think there's any on
Valentino.
this table.
All those lovely. Could be a potential.
Nice soft
Now,
leather.
when you're looking for leather, it is the softness of the leather,
Yeah.
and also have a look at the quality
The marks as
of the
well.
stitching as well.
Yeah. That is really
There's
nice.
no wear on that at all. Let's have a look. That's a label, but it's not a label that I'm aware
Restorer.
of.
Is it?
I think.
Where's this from?
Is that German?
German.
At the clown stall, Mark and Sandra need to close their first deal of the day.
Right, so we've got clown, egg cups, and whatever creature that
Turtle.
is, turtle. It comes to 125 euros, about 80 quid.
Do you think it'll help us beat the other team?
We've beaten the other team already. Let's try and get a deal and see if we can come to the arrangement. Mademoiselle?
Yes.
Can you give me the price for that, and that?
125.
125.
A little bit lower?
70.
Ah.
70's good.
So, 80.
80?
It's a deal.
It's a deal. Shake hands.
Finally, Sandra and Mark have
Excellent.
bought something, and for £55, they've got 2 fun pieces of Murano glass and 4 ceramic egg cups. Style gurus Janet and Jonty are busy with their own bulk buy, and along with the snakeskin shoes and German handbag, they've also found some costume earrings and a 1960s lamp.
Yeah.
So for all,
80 for that. 35 for that. 115.
you wouldn't do 100 for us. A nice round.
I
Yeah.
can't. You know, I don't have like
Okay.
a lot of stuff at home. So.
We'll buy the everything for 110.
Okay, 110.
Yeah, that's collectible.
That's just over £70 for everything.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I just want those shoes.
That's £75 for the 4 fashion items, which should see Janet and Jonty cut a dash back in the UK. While our teams continue their search for antiques from the past, I'm off to see some antiques of the future. Arezzo's culture of art and antiques is bolstered by a noble tradition of artisanship, with many skilled craftsmen and women working in the town. Since the 1920s, Arezzo's been a world centre for gold production, with an industry that employs 12,000 people. Gold production in Arezzo ranges from factories like Uno Ere, which produce some 2 million pieces every year, to individual highly skilled craftsmen like Alano Mafucci here, who can spend anything up to a week in making just one of his own unique individual designs. Take a look at this gold collar, for instance. The gold has been beaten into a very fine thread and then given this wonderful matte finish before being painstakingly woven into what is an incredibly heavy collar. Alano takes a lot of his inspiration from the Etruscans, who were making jewellery 2,500 years ago, and in their techniques were light years ahead of anyone probably up until this century. And if you look here on the clasp, you can see tiny, tiny granules that were very much a feature of Etruscan jewellery. Now this piece is worth about £4,000, but considering that it's been made individually by a craftsman, how much will this be worth in a few years' time? But all that glistens is not gold. Across town you'll find wood sculptor Francesco Conti, who spends weeks and months carving intricate sculptures and restoring pieces to their former glory. Francesco is something of a celebrity here because every year he's asked to sculpt an item of extreme importance to the people of Arezzo. And it's in this tiny workshop that's absolutely crammed full of wonderful artefacts that very special thing is made. Right now, Francesco is carving the lance that's going to be given to the winner of the medieval jousting contest that's held in Arezzo every September. It's carved out of chestnut, then it's painted and gilded, and it takes him about a month to complete every one. Now, every year the design has to be entirely different and is always kept a very closely guarded secret right up until the moment when the lance is presented as part of the victory ceremony. Now, obviously, as you would expect, Francesco's very proud of his work, but he's also a very modest man. So I can tell you that every one of these is a masterpiece. Francesco's work isn't all as grand as the medieval lance, but everything he creates is extremely valuable. Even simple candlesticks like these cost hundreds of pounds. If you'd like more information about Arezzo or any of the other places we've visited in the series, then log on to bbc.co.uk/lifestyle. At the market, Janet and Jonty are keen to see if they can take home their own piece of gilded sculpture.
It's a lovely candlestick here. It's a candlestick, you know, because it's got the spike on the top. That's exactly what the spike is there for. And can you imagine the massive candle that would have sat at the top of this? Have a look at the design, have a look at the coloration in here. It's all gilded. It's all carved out of sections of timber. So you've got the base, you've got the middle, and the top. The back was never designed to be shown. Now, we have equivalent also back in the UK. Have you ever seen Staffordshire figures?
Yes.
That have no decoration on the back?
Yeah.
We call them flat backs. Well, this is your flat back candlestick. Lovely. This is 250 years old, this candlestick.
And how much would that cost?
That is ballpark £200 just for one candlestick.
Wow.
So it's a serious rejectable for us.
With almost £300 still to spend, Sandra and Mark are well behind.
These are quite nice, aren't they?
Yeah, the prints, I like those.
But is there some light at the end of the tunnel?
I like this lamp.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's not as old as my trainers. It's got no age to it at all. I think it's rejectable.
Oh, I like it.
But it's not old. We're here to buy sort of antique, surely.
While Sandra and Mark dispute the lamp, Janet and Jonty are thirsty for success.
Can you imagine putting some ice in there and some lemon? You could have the biggest gin and tonic in the world in one of those.
That would be lovely. I think that those would sell really well back in England.
They're £15 for 6.
That's really good value for a glass
Yeah.
of that size.
And the fact that these bubbles are literally blown all the way through the glass.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Yes.
A bit like champagne. Can you imagine
Well,
how much
I'd
champagne
like
you get?
How much is it?
At the stall with a modern lamp, Sandra's holding her ground.
€75 works out to roughly £50.
Right. So,
So-
if we could go it for about 40, I think that'd be
£40?
good. £40.
What would we get from the UK?
Well, if we could get 50, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Bit of tenner profit. You're on your own on this one, girl. I'm not with you, I'm afraid.
I know, but I do like it. I think we'll go for it.
Rather than haggling, show him €60 and see what he does.
Okay, so there's 60.
60. Is possible 60, Potter? It's new. It's new. On your head, beer.
Okay.
If we don't make a profit,
No.
it's lights out. Oh.
Mark may not like the lamp, but at just £41, Sandra's certain she's got value for money. But at the glass store, Janet and Jonty may be on to an even better bargain.
For goodness sake, look at the price. £2. Wow.
Can
Isn't
sell
that-
those.
I think we can see a collectible coming on here.
I love the jug as well.
Oh, it's so heavy. That is beautiful. That's all hand-blown glass. That's Murano glass. That's probably from 1960s and 1970s. But look at the shape. I particularly love the lip here. Do you see how angular that is? Now, there are reasons why the Venetians took their glass making off to the island of Murano. One was the fact that they were worried that the city might be burnt down by all this glass blowing going on. And the second really was the fact that they wanted to keep their trade secrets all to themselves. This is £12. These are £2 each. Serious collectibles. Should we go and buy them?
I think we should buy them.
On top of the bargain basement Murano vases, Janet and Jonty also want the set of glass tumblers and 12 wine glasses. But can they cut a deal?
Yeah.
I can do this price because I buy all from the area. I can do this price. For me, it's the last price.
Try. We got a flak jacket.
Ah well, for £61, Janet and Jonty have got 24 pieces of contemporary glass and a great chance of making some money. It's approaching lunchtime and a good moment to take stock of our contestants' purchases so far. Janet is leading this bit of the contest, having spent 2/3 of her £350 budget. However, Sandra has a long way to go yet, with £200 still to spend. Of Janet's purchases so far, I just love the chandelier, although it's pretty risky spending over £100 on just one item. I'm also rather keen on 4 scarves she snapped up for just £7. Although there's not much to choose from just yet, I think Sandra's onto a winner with the Murano glass turtle and clown. However, I'm with Mark when it comes to simple reproduction table lamps that cost over £40. But Sandra may prove us all wrong when all the items go on sale at a market back in the UK, and Janet and Sandra have to turn their talent for shopping into skillful selling.
What lovely price are we offering this lady?
180.
180 quid. I thought you were going to say 300.
No, 180.
180
It's
quid.
a really good bargain.
That's a bargain.
But I am open to offers.
As you can see, it's a lovely piece, and it's a collector's piece of the future, actually.
Right, and what are you asking for that then?
Well, I was looking for a price around about £30.
How are you getting on with the stall holders here in Italy?
They're quite aggressive, some of them. They really are. And they're not keen on bartering. The ones that I've tried to barter with have either just taken the money and I wish they'd gone lower, or the others have really said, no, 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 no. I'm thinking, oh, please.
Well, you're about now to have an opportunity to possibly make a bit more money, because this is where I give you the chance to win the bonus item. It's a beautiful piece of Murano glass, and whichever one of you can tell me how much you think I paid for it in pounds, it's yours to sell on the stall when you get back to the United Kingdom, and of course whatever you make for it will be profit to add to your total for the day. Have a good look at it and tell me how much you think I paid for it.
I think probably £60.
I have been admiring these, during the day. I just love it. I would think in pounds, about £95.
Well, it's obviously going to make quite a lot of money for somebody, and what I have to tell you is that the person who is closest to what I paid for it is Janice.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Well done.
I will tell you how much it cost me. It cost me the equivalent of £55.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Maybe I'm a bit better at bartering than you two are.
I nearly asked, did you barter?
But remember, whatever you get for it
Yeah.
now on the day is pure profit,
It's
and
beautiful.
it could just swing the result of the competition, girls.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
beautiful. Well
That is
done.
good.
The teams have just 2 hours left to empty their money belts, and remember, they need to spend wisely because this game is all about profit. In the frantic search for a great bargain, Sandra's taking a trip down memory lane.
This is good. I remember my mum used to have
No,
one of these.
really. Do you know how they make this?
It's like lace, but it's very stiff, isn't it?
You've hit the nail right on the head. What they do is actually get real lace and they dip it inside wet clay, which is called slip. And while it's still sort of moist, they stick it on and let it dry. But the important part is, and this is where its value is or isn't, this is 120 euros, roughly 80 quid. But first thing I notice is these bits of damage. And that little bit of damage there is enough to make it rejectable, I'm afraid.
Really?
Looks like it's Janet and Jonty's turn to be over a barrel.
At home, we don't have many objects that are very useful for umbrella stands. So
Right.
do you see how you've got this sort of long, tall
That would be
shape?
lovely.
That would be ideal as a stick stand,
Yeah.
umbrella stand. And do you see how rustic something like this is? With this
It's
very
really
sort of bent wood supports that run round the whole casing here. I would say sort of 40, 60 years old, that kind of age. And you can tell that by all the woodworm that appears in it. You see here. And this what happens to soft woods particularly.
But at last, Sandra and Mark are spotting collectibles all over the place.
Like this box, Mark.
First thing I notice is this bit of timber that's been stuck in is coming out. It's like an oak box with these different pieces of oak set into it at different angles.
Would this have been the original? It's not been added on later
No,
on?
it's original, but the movement of the timber has made it shrink, so that can be fixed, not a big deal at all. 28 euros, roughly £20, not bad. Oh, that's quite nice.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
I would imagine this has been given to a couple on their wedding. Quite nice, quite simple, no key, but it's got a lock on it. Probably about 1920s, 1930s, especially looking at their clothing.
Now the price, I've just seen the price on the back, is £40. I think it's worth about £40. Even if I was to get it down to, say, £30, which would be probably quite hard work, I kind of can't see a profit in it. I love the shape. What do you feel about it?
I think that would sell for more of a 20 in the UK rather than 30 or 40.
So it's a rejectable?
It's a rejectable.
OK, €28, roughly 20 quid. Try and use your womanly charm to get some discount.
Right.
Do
Okay,
belly dance
then.
if you have to.
Right. A little lower, possibly.
Allora questa posso fare 25,
25.
Lower, please. A little bit lower.
20.
€20,
20.
14 quid. Deal.
Brilliant. Thank
Love
you
it.
very much. Thank you.
I think that's £14 well spent, as this charming box would make a lovely gift. While the teams crack on, I've come on a tour of Arezzo's antique shops in search of today's prize. Now, this whole part of central Italy is very famous for its wood carving. You will find the most exquisite work on furniture, on mirror frames, on cornices, and on picture frames. Now, a lot of the work dates from the 14th and 15th century, but this rather lovely little picture frame is a lot younger than that. It was made probably at the turn of the 20th century. It's carved in busso wood, which is very, very strong. It grows wild here in Italy, and that makes it quite difficult for the artist when he's working, but it makes it even more difficult for the woodworm to make any kind of impression on this. So the pieces tend to look absolutely pristine throughout most of their life, which this one does. A very attractive little picture frame, which I hope is going to be picture perfect as a prize for today's winner. Back at the market, time's running out.
Oh my word, look, we've got less than an hour to go. And how much have we got?
£40.
At this stage, every purchase could be make or break, and the competition between the teams is fierce.
Be handy for Jonty to dig himself out the hole he's creating.
You can put Mark Frank's antiques in there.
Definitely.
Are Sandra and Mark about to wave their magic wands?
Hey, look at this. This is good.
Oh,
I like him.
hello, Harry. Oh, look, he's waving his wand at you. He wants you to buy him. What do you think?
I like him. He's quite popular at the moment as well, isn't he?
Quite popular. That's a bit of an understatement, isn't it? I mean, for 20 quid, we've got to give him a go. Why don't you bid the chap €30, see what he says?
€30?
I'll do a spell on him first. Stanno
Antivariato del futuro, è il prossimo antivariato, the next
Future
collection.
collectible, exactly.
Yeah, he is rather super.
Yeah. Do you like him?
Yeah, do you think he's worth 30?
Yeah. 30?
Okay.
Harry Potter certainly pulls Mark's strings, and at £20, this puppet should be highly popular in the UK.
Go on, we've still got this 40-odd pounds to spend. What are we going to spend it on?
Umbrella?
I don't think we need an umbrella.
No.
It's not raining today.
What about...
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. Those are very nice. Got a pair.
Sandra and Mark have still got £132 to spend, so could this bronze head save their day?
An old scallywag's hat. I think he's absolutely fantastic. Probably 1930s, 1940s. The marble base makes me think it's about 30s.
Janet and Jonty have been ahead all day, but with Sandra and Mark closing the gap, they want to spend up.
Well, they're nice and weighty, so they are definitely
heavy.
got brass. So they are solid brass. We've got a brass top where the candle holder is, Corinthian-looking column, or this column shaft, and then this very, very typical ornate triform base.
Quite pretty, aren't they?
Probably turn of the century. No more than that. The detail is not there. If it had been slightly earlier, you'd have got a lot more detail out of them. How much are they?
170 for the two.
170. That's over 100 quid.
Is it bronze?
Bronze with a marble base. Look on the back, it's got a signature. Look, you can see the sort of goldy bronzeness coming through there.
Do you leave it as like this, so
Yeah,
you never attempt cleaning it or anything?
No, never.
There's 5 minutes left, and the teams need to strike some amazing last-minute deals.
It would be very, very cheeky and see if you'll take the 65 euros, which is about 40 quid.
So how much do you think it's going to be?
Well, I should have meant to be 200 or 300 quid, to be honest. It's bronze, it's lovely. I think it's stunning.
Quanto costa?
100 euro.
100 euros.
Mademoiselle, quanto costa?
280.
280 euros, which equates roughly to £200. So it's a bit out of our league, because we've got 195 euros, we've got 140 quid roughly.
This is sign language going here. Okay. We want 50 euros.
It's been a good day for you or bad?
No good.
No good.
No good.
Right, I'm going to make you an offer. It's very hot. Make you an offer.
What's your
What's
best
your
price?
lowest? 65 euros.
What a girl.
Yes, take it.
Well, Janet and Jonty have finished the day with a cracking £44 deal on the brass candlesticks. But across the market, Sandra and Mark are trying to outdo them.
Every last penny. Look, empty.
Empty, no
Right.
more.
Smells good. 195 euros. That's all we have. We're finished.
Okay.
Oh, gracias. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. Spent up.
Yeah.
Hey! 140 quid. It's got to be a profit.
A bargain.
That's almost £60 discount on the bronze head. And after a slow start, Sandra and Mark have raced over the finishing line. With both teams spent up and the market packing up, I can cast my eye over the contestants' collectibles. Janet was on a spending mission from the word go today and has bought 14 bargains. Sandra was rather more cautious this morning and has only just managed to exceed the minimum requirement of 10 items. Of Janet's items, my favourite is still the stunning glass chandelier, which is well worth £122. However, even as a shoeaholic, I'm not sure anyone could actually walk in those outrageous numbers. From Sandra's choices, I'm sure there's a home in the UK for this statue of a lady and her dogs, a bargain at just £35. However, coloured glass clowns are just not my cup of tea. We'll have to wait and see who has the last laugh on that purchase. Well, I have to say, teams, I'm amazed to see you've still got smiles on your faces. I thought you would have been on your knees. You must have walked miles today around this market.
37 miles to be precise.
The question is, was it worth it? Now, Janet, do you think you've got some really great things for your stall?
Got some fantastic things for the stall, especially the shoes. And if I put them on, I'm as tall as Jonty, and they're just brilliant. And we've done really, really well. I'm really pleased with the chandelier.
Oh, you got a good price on that, didn't you?
We got a fabulous price on that, and sorry, Sam, but we will be winning.
Fighting talk there, but I mean, Jonty, what do you think is going to make the biggest profit that you bought today?
Well, I think the chandelier is going to do well if we can find the right buyer, but I particularly love this stylish jug. I think it's real elegance. There's a great line to it. Murano glass, we bought it for £12. There's got to be a profit in that.
Now, Sandra, I'm told that you can spot a bargain at 100 yards. So what are the bargains you've seen today?
Well, my favourite is the Harry Potter.
Harry Potter? I thought it was Jonty. We bought it because it looked like Jonty. Come on, go to move on.
It's not exactly what you'd call antique, though, is it?
Collectible or
Very
rejectable?
collectible, is it?
Collectible.
Yeah.
Very collectible. What else has got profit written all over it?
Well, the bronze. I mean, to be able to buy a bronze for about 140 quid, we've got a lot of eggs in one basket, but I quite like this basket, so I think we're going to be all right.
Well, you're not going to have to keep your fingers crossed for too much longer because, of course, the next time we see you and all of the things that you've bought will be at a market somewhere in Britain. Until then, just keep thinking about winning and we'll see you there. Here we are at Tatton Park in Cheshire, where our contestants have got just the one day in which to sell all of those wonderful Tuscan treasures. Now, we're at a country fair, which means I'm surrounded by animals and what feels like half the dog population of the county. I have to say, this one is the best behaved of all. Good boy. Yes, you stay there. Now, the thing is that because this is an agricultural fair, what it means is they've both got to work really hard to try and persuade the punters that antiques should be the dish of the day. And whichever one, of course, makes the most money by the end of the day, well, they will take home this wonderful prize of this Busso carved picture frame, which is worth around £200. It's worth waiting for. It's worth going for. So let's get selling. Well, the ladies are hedging their bets on the weather and have pitched their adjoining stalls under canvas, ready to unwrap their goodies.
What I love about your stand, particularly, you've got a huge contrast, and I love the colour of the glass. I love the plainness, particularly of the clear glass. I think they're really stylish.
The bronze head. This is quite an interesting piece.
Yeah.
Be sure that anyone comes near it, you tell them it's bronze, it's got a marble base, and it's signed.
Right.
I want you to start off by asking, 250 quid.
Right.
Right?
Well, it is a question of swings and roundabouts,
Yeah.
okay?
And
The bits that you really love, I mean,
We go
higher,
higher.
all right? Because
Yeah.
you can sell that with a lot of passion,
Yeah.
okay? And you've got
Yeah.
that. You've got that
Yeah.
within you. You bought
Yeah.
with passion,
I did.
sell with passion.
I
all
will.
right?
But can that passion shine through good old British bank holiday weather?
And can we have some sunshine
I
in
know.
here? Got a band
Get around the other side. You're not going to see many like that because it's from Italy as well.
Both Sandra and Janet are keen to bag their first sale.
Cost in pounds, £20, turtle, Murano. And that was cheap.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Janet's going
It's
for gold,
Italian.
trying to sell her most expensive item, the
All way
glass
from Italy.
chandelier.
And there won't be another one like it.
You should be buying it for her.
Yeah.
I should be, yeah.
She's a good wife.
If you do, you'll get a roast dinner. You know that, don't you?
What lovely price are we offering this lady?
180.
180 quid. I thought you were going to say 300.
Then you know.
Sandra's hoping for a more modest profit on her glass turtle.
She's standing here in the wings waiting.
Have you got space for something like this?
Well, I was really thinking that one in the wagon would just...
Oh, in the wagon.
25.
25.
Done.
Done.
Well done.
And it's Sandra who bags the first sale, making a £5 profit on the turtle. But Janet's got a plan of action. Surely, if she shows off the chandelier in the buyer's home, she can't possibly say no, can she?
That would look lovely.
No, this is very easy to suspend. You can get detachable roses. And it'd be very simple to take down every time the caravan was moved.
And the pink would match the covers.
Well, I'm going to have to ask the boss.
The boss? Who's that then? Well, it's only the gentleman carving wooden animals with a chainsaw opposite Janet's stall making all that noise.
What do you think, boss? Does it look great?
Oh, my lordy. Here we go, dragged in to see what...
Ooh, he's not sure.
explaining
Can
to
Jonty seal the deal and bag a big profit to start Janet's day in style?
Just say yes.
170 quid. No negotiation.
And it's the real thing.
It's the genuine article.
Yeah, all right. Well,
Yeah?
170.
yeah, it does
Yes!
look nice.
Yes.
That's our
great.
first sale.
Great.
Excellent.
Yes, yes, yes! Janet's first sale of the day makes a grand profit of £48. That's fantastic. Back at the stall, Sandra's struggling to secure her second sale.
How much do you want for this lamb?
45? I'll try and convince them. Yeah.
Well, think about it. Thank you.
Yeah, we believe you.
Now, I know you two are really good friends, and I saw you this morning when you were setting up this stall. You were helping each other, weren't you?
Yeah.
Can I just remind you, you are supposed to be in competition with each other.
I know that. But we'd be really pleased for each
Yeah,
other.
we are, yeah.
Whichever of us does well.
I just said this won't break our friendship no matter what. Yeah,
no.
but we're just enjoying it.
I must
That's the main
admit, I
thing.
was rooting for that man to buy that for you.
I just hope he comes back.
Well, he said he might, so
Yeah.
he might, mightn't he?
Yeah.
Well, but I have to say, you set the stall out, both of you. It looks absolutely lovely, so good luck.
Oh, thank you.
We'll keep tabs on you during the day.
Looks like you.
It does, doesn't it?
Well, actually, I did think that, but I didn't like saying. It's just made for you, that. I think you should buy that.
It can walk.
It's like an old piece, but clearly it's very contemporary, isn't it?
How much are you asking for it?
Well, I did want about 25. You're a natural. You're a natural.
15.
25?
Nice.
21.
Nice.
Go on then. It's a deal.
21 if she buys it.
21 if you buys it, right?
It may only be a £1 profit, but it's £21 in Sandra's rather empty money belt. Can she ever catch up with Janet? Well, not if Jonty has anything to do with it.
Look at that. That's really started.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. £20.
Yeah, give you 20 for it.
Yeah.
A clear £10 profit doubles Janet's initial outlay for the glass jug. These two are a formidable team, and there seems to be no stopping them.
Not like the shoes, so you'd be the same height.
Little books in here.
It's like a sentimental box.
It's all Murano glass. It's all Italian glass.
Well, I'll take that one.
That one as well?
15
I'd be
quid.
ashamed to leave it on its own.
15 quid.
All right.
15 for the 3, for the 4. Yeah.
15 for the 4. Bye.
Another double money item for Janet, and now she's got her sights on selling the bonus.
So if you could pay 30.
The top blank, yeah?
Okay,
I've got
yeah.
one. It's okay.
That's £30 pure profit for Janet from the bonus item which she won in Italy.
I thought the doggy lot had
Janet's certainly got a winning sales technique, and her friend Sandra is keen to glean a few tips.
I love this box, but I cannot sell it. So how would you sell it?
You can't sell it any more than that. I mean, the photographs
the
themselves should
photographs
sell it.
alone.
But Janet is holding her cards close to her chest. This is a competition after all.
Just think it's so sad that it's not going to a good home.
Well, now the selling is in full swing, I've taken the opportunity to visit the mansion here at Tatton Park. It's an impressive building which was home to the Egerton family for over 400 years, and even hosts to royalty such as the future King Edward VII. Now, with house guests like that, then you would expect that the house would have very impressive furnishings. And I can tell you, the Egertons don't let us down, because this mansion is stuffed full of the most wonderful porcelain, baccarat glass, with Italian and Dutch old masters, and a collection of furniture from one of the finest cabinet makers in England, Gillow of Lancaster and London. It was Robert Gillow who established the firm in 1730. He was one of the greatest cabinet makers in England, and he made a whole collection of furniture specifically for this house, including this beautiful pair of chiffonier in lovely pale satin wood. At the time, 1790 this was, these cost the grand sum of £5, 10 shillings and 10 pence halfpenny. I tell you, they cost a darn sight more than that now. Back at the stall, the ladies are having a ball, and now the sun's come out, they're lapping up the limelight.
The heels like that.
You're not ex-Gary Glitter, are you?
No, we're not.
I have to say, I think it's a great move to come out of the tent.
Well, it's lovely now in the
You've got
sunshine.
to bring it to the public, and they're all wandering through here, and you get a lot more interest that way. Have you found there's a bit more interest
There
being
is a little
outside?
bit more, yeah.
But it's Sandra who's in desperate need of more sales.
We'll take it.
15.
You 10.
Well, go on then, it's one of my favourite pieces, that. Janet, I finally sold the box.
Oh, Sandra, it's a £4 loss. What you need is a smooth-talking expert to reel in the buyers.
What we've got here is some wonderful stuff, ladies.
Right, you like the clown?
Yeah.
It's Murano glass, and it's got all the lovely coloured glass in it in the works.
And what are you asking for that then?
And I was looking for a price around about £30.
30.
But we're open, we are negotiable. It needs a good home, a new mummy, and a new grandma. It's getting all exciting.
They were sisters.
Oh, right, oh!
Give you 25. Right. 20.
20? Oh no, I think I'll take 25 while it's going. Well done.
At last, a decent profit for Sandra. Her Murano glass clown brings in £25. There's still a chance she could have the last laugh. But it's obvious who's the biggest joker around here.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm not sure, but I think I've
But there's no larking around on the other side of the stall, where Janet is seriously selling for all she's worth.
Heavy. You want to have, it can be adapted for electric lights, so if you wanted to have them wired in England for an electric light, you can do, or you can just have them as candlesticks.
30. We'll take
What
30.
about 40?
I've just only got a 30.
30 it is then, I'll take 30 for them. Thank you.
Janet's realised that with just one day to make as much money as possible, she needs every pound she can get.
They're actually hand-blown Italian glass, and each one is individual. And they're going today, well they were going, for £5 a glass, so that's £30 a set. But I'm willing to take anything that you may offer me today, because it's getting quite late now.
Well, I can go to 15. I've got 15 left at the end of the day. Would you take 15?
I'll take 15. I certainly will take 15.
I'm not surprised. With just an hour to go, Janet still manages to make £1 profit on the tumblers. Janet seems to have had all the luck today, but if Sandra and Mark can strike a deal on their bronze head, they could still be in with a shot at today's prize.
It's the same piece, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a lovely piece. Look at his eyes. Look at his sad eyes. Bronze. £200. Take it away.
You want 50 on it?
Blimey.
Things are looking up. It only cost £132, but they're holding out for even more.
Living, aren't I?
165. Another 5. It might help the cause.
How about tossing for it?
Do you want to toss a coin? 160, 165?
Heads.
Heads.
Tails.
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 That means
165.
165. Thank you, sir.
Got a deal? Thank you.
Thank you. Give me 50p back.
Hey!
Spurred on by a successful sale, Sandra's finally found her sales voice and desperately tries to make up for lost time.
Well, it was 60 and it went down to 45, so what's the best price?
How about 15 then?
A lovely Italian lamp like that. 22?
I think so, don't you?
Deal.
Okay, there
You
you
got
go.
a nice smiley face.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Hooray!
It may be a loss, but it's another £22 in her money belt.
And then there was one.
And a new tactic springs to mind. Find a lurcher lover to buy the terracotta dog statue.
Oh, look at that. That's amazing. Yeah, 40 will be fine. Yeah.
What a remarkable recovery by Sandra. Just 10 minutes before the market closes, she manages to pocket a £5 profit. Now it's Janet and Jonty who are feeling under pressure to sell their last 2 items.
What have we got left here?
£10 for a leather handbag. Plus earrings. It's lovely. It's a lamp.
It's German, 60s, very trendy at the moment.
You sure you don't want this? Just for £1?
With only 1 item left, no one is safe.
£1. Thank you very much.
What a fantastic result for our 2 friends, Janet and Sandra. They've both emptied their stalls. But which items did the business at today's market? Well, Janet secured her biggest profit first thing in the morning, making a sparkling £48 on the glass chandelier. Her biggest loss was just half that, losing £24 on her lamp. Sandra's biggest profit came scarily close to the end of the day, but a £33 profit on the bronze head may have just swung the competition. Her biggest disappointment came from selling the table lamp at a loss of £19. You really did very well, both of you, I have to say. But you did a great deal on selling that chandelier, didn't you?
Oh, it was fabulous. I couldn't believe that went the first time. That was brilliant.
And you got rid of the shoes?
And the shoes, yeah, but she got those at really knockdown prices. That wasn't fair. But they are going to a shoe museum, so they'll be in a good place.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Jonty, today, have you got the kind of prices that you really expected, or because people weren't here really to buy antiques, do you think you had to come down a bit?
I'm amazed. We've got a real superstar here. She was selling so well. Everything was profit, profit, profit. You know, I can't see anything, greater than, what a fabulous star she's been.
You're absolutely right, Jonty, but I think we had a pair of stars here because, Sandra, you did really well selling that bronze head.
Yeah, a lot of people were interested in that today, and it did go for a good price in the end. But it was a beautiful statue, and everyone commented on it. It was quite an eye-catcher.
But I'll tell you what, you've just been slowly, gradually getting rid of all the stuff and done really well. I mean, you didn't panic even when it quietened down, when it was raining and I was running around like a madman. You still carried on, and I'm very proud of you.
Well, I think you should both be proud of your 2 girls because, I have to say, ladies, you have done brilliantly. It is so close and so tight. I can tell you that, Sandra, you made £317.50p.
Right.
Now, remember, you had £350 worth of euros, and the object is to make a profit. Janet, you made a profit of £6. You sold £356 worth.
Well done.
The prize, Janet, goes to you. It's a wonderful, original Buzo photo frame, and the carving on it is absolutely wonderful.
Absolutely
I hope you like it and that you'll find something, perhaps a picture of Jonty to go in the middle there to remind you of your success. Well, that's it for another programme. I hope you've enjoyed being with us here on Sun, Sea and Bargain Spotting, and that you'll join us again when we're back. Until then, from all of us, bye-bye now.
Bye.